All right, welcome to the Award Force Academy, a place where I will share helpful tips, tricks, and best practices. Today's topic is how to attract judges and keep them coming back. My name is Carl, your host, and I'm very happy to be delivering today's topic. By the end of this presentation, I hope you can walk away with some useful tips and ideas to help you with attracting and retaining judges for your recognition program. Today, we will cover strategies for increasing your judges' exposure, ideas for saving your judges time and ensuring an easy and enjoyable judging experience, and tools for clear and efficient communication. And all this in roughly 30 minutes. You can ask questions using the chat feature. However, I will address all questions near the end of this presentation. If I'm unable to address all questions, I will get back to you personally. Okay, to get us started, let's consider what is likely to be important and of high value to judges. I think it goes without saying, all judges probably value their reputation, their time, their own personal experience, and communication very highly. For you, as managers and organizers of award and recognition programs, you want to do your best to ensure your judges' needs and values are met. But what are some of the options available to you? For just about everyone, their reputation is probably one of the most valued assets they have. Anything available to help build and promote their own reputation is likely to be warmly welcomed, and you have the means to help your judges with this. Time is another highly valued commodity. Judges are investing their time to participate, validate, and provide value for your program. Judges are likely to deeply appreciate anyone who acknowledges and openly appreciates the time they're providing. Judges, like anyone, want to enjoy their experience too. They don't want difficult to use systems and platforms. They're not interested in learning a new software, and they certainly don't want to feel confused or inept. Creating a good user experience for your judges should result with happy judges. Being happy is of importance or high importance for everyone. Judges also like to be well informed. They're likely to pride themselves for being in the know, ahead of the pack, and a resource of knowledge. Ensuring your judges have access to information and perhaps to each other so they can discuss the ins and outs of specific entries will be greatly appreciated by your judges. Okay, so we've just acknowledged what is likely to be of high value to judges, consisting of their reputation, time, experience, and communication. Knowing what's important to your judges can help you improve the likelihood of procuring judges, retaining judges, and in turn, grow your program. The question is how? To be a judge is something to be very proud of. Outside of winning awards and receiving other types of recognition, being asked to represent your industry as a judge is highly respected. It recognizes the judge's character, industry achievements, and perhaps their influence within your industry. However, this recognition is often isolated between the program organizers and the judge. Maybe the judge will list their involvement in their CV or LinkedIn profile, but what can you do to demonstrate your appreciation for judges who are engaging with your cause? Well, here are a few ideas you could consider, and maybe these suggestions will inspire you to think of other ideas too. You could feature your judges on your website and in your Award Force platform. Write biographies about your key judges and publish those biographies on your website. Produce interview-style articles or video interviewing your key judges. These too can be published on your website or hosted in your YouTube channel, should you adopt the video interview idea. Write about and acknowledge achievements your judges have accomplished during their career. You could also publish this on your website or include them in a series of email campaigns targeted towards your entrants and industry practitioners. Record on video your key judges discussing and debating issues, standards, and the future of your industry. This could be presented as a webinar and then later as on-demand video. And you could use social media services to make announcements about your judges and drive traffic to various pages where you're featuring key judges. The key message here is to provide value and demonstrate your appreciation for your judges as a result of engaging with your program. Expressions of appreciation for your judges will have a knock-on effect too. People who view and interact with your publications are likely to learn more about your program, and this should increase program awareness and maybe drive up registrations. Okay, let's take a look at some practical examples to help illustrate some of what I've just covered. One of the first things I'd like to demonstrate is a web page by LinkedIn. Just scroll up to the top here. For example, LinkedIn have the marketing awards, and they've created this page featuring their judges, a panel of judges. As we scroll down, we're going to see a list of all of the judges that they're featuring here. And why I like this is because it's nice, it's clear, it's presenting the judges in a really professional method, I suppose. We have the name of each judge and what they do. And each one of these, when we click on it, for example, I'll click on Frederick here, it jumps straight over to their LinkedIn profile. So for me, as someone in the industry, I might be interested in this particular person, learn a bit about their history, and get a bit of knowledge about where they're coming from. Plus, there's always the option to network with them too. So I really liked LinkedIn's example here of how they're featuring their judges. Now, another example, let me just scroll to the top and pull in an example here. This here is AwardForce. Just need to make sure I have everything selected. All right, you can feature your judges within your AwardForce program here as well. Now, what I'm demonstrating in this instance is an About page, which is a content block. Content blocks allow you to create a page like I have here, and it's available to everyone who's registered and logged into your account, into your platform. What you're able to do, as I'm demonstrating, is include things like images, maybe links to LinkedIn profiles or Facebook pages, whatever the case might be. If you wanted to, you could even embed video. So using an About page is a really nice way, as I said, to create a page, feature your judges, and ensure that your registered users who are logged into your program can access its info. Another option, though, which I really like, is to use a gallery. So here I've set up a gallery to demonstrate what I'm explaining. So galleries are really good in the sense that they don't have to be available just to registered users. You can have a gallery open to the general public. So here, I'll just expand the view a little bit. We can see that I've created this gallery. I'm featuring, in this case, these are people who work here at AwardForce, so I'm just borrowing their profiles a little bit. But as you can see, it's a really nice way to feature people or your judges in this case, and give access to your audiences. Now I'm going to pick on my friend Craig here for a moment and click on his profile picture, and it's going to take me into what I'm calling his profile within the gallery. So in this case, I'm introducing a biography. We come down, there's an image of Craig, and a little bit further down, I've put in a video. Now this video could be an interview between you and the judge, or maybe a TED talk that they've presented, or some other type of video that promotes the judge. And as we keep going down, I'm demonstrating achievements using a table. And as I keep going down, we can also include things like links to websites, such as their home website or company site, or maybe even their LinkedIn profiles. So a gallery is a really good option. About page, another great option. And as we saw over here with LinkedIn, having a web page of your own on your website is another excellent example. Okay. Now, all these ideas can help your judges get exposure, increase their reach and influence in your industry, and of course their reputation. But it can also help increase your program's exposure, influence, and reputation too. When you think about it, you're in the driver's seat and can control the direction of your program's reputation and that of your judges. Making a song and dance about your judges helps them and it helps you. If you're looking at ways to build and improve your program's reputation and public perception, there's probably no better way than to feature and showcase your judges. Make them your superheroes. Okay, The time it takes to do something and the experience doing it, no matter how you look at it, it's important. For instance, for us here at Award Force, we're constantly asking our clients, that's you, about your experience using the platform. For us, your feedback is vitally important to us because it helps us make decisions, improve our software, and provide you with time-saving ideas, and hopefully a good time while doing them. However, your priority is to make sure your entrants and judges are also having a good time while they're engaging with your program. Let's consider a few things to help your judges save time and enjoy their experience. One of the first things that comes to mind is how we can maximize their time spent scoring entries. Form design generally starts with the entry form. Questions and criteria asked during the entry process are sequenced in what should be a nice, easy-flowing, logical order. This helps your entrants complete their entry forms and in a sensical fashion. But did you know the entry form essentially maps directly over to the judge's view of the entry? By default, when setting up judging, all questions and criteria asked during the entry process are visible to judges. And herein lies my first tip for optimizing judges' time when scoring. You can turn the visibility of questions and criteria on or off for your judges. This relatively simple act removes any information that is of no relevance to your judges during that specific round of judging. This helps in a big way because judges can focus on information in hand and not be distracted with things of no consequence, saving them time. Let's take another practical look at what I mean by this. Okay, jumping back over to my demonstration portal here, I'm going to come into entries and click on judge entries where I've got a couple of examples to show. All right, I have two entries here. They're both for Fred Flintstone. They are two different entries in two different categories, but the content in both of these is exactly the same, but there's a difference. This first example I'm going to click into. This is a demonstration where all the information that's been provided in the entry is being displayed to the judge. So as I scroll through, I can see things like the profile image, how long this person's been in a role, and various other information before I come down to and get to my scoring criteria. As I continue to scroll, there's even more information about the referee, their contact information, even things like if they're wanting to opt in for a newsletter and so on. The question is, where's the relevance to the judge? The judge sees this, they might think that they have to pay attention to it, and it might take them a little bit of time before they realize that this doesn't actually mean anything for their particular job. So let's look at tidying this up. If we come back over to my example 2, here we are. Again, as I said, this is exactly the same entry as far as content goes, but what we're able to do here is control what the judge gets to see. So I've tidied this up immensely. I'm showing the profile image, I'm showing a headline, I'm showing the criteria, and I'm showing just the first and last name of who the referee is. And that's it. From a judge's point of view, this is clear, it's clean, there's no guesswork involved. What they're looking at is on point. So this is another great example of saving judges time and improving their experience. Okay, my next tip for saving judges time and improving their experience revolves around the quality of entries. Ensuring your judges have access to only the best entries in your program is a great demonstration of your respect for their engagement. Some programs yield large volumes of entries, while others might be able to easily identify below and above standard entries. Either way, my question is it really necessary for all judges to score all entries, regardless of the size of your program? You could, for instance, run a preliminary qualifying round with the focus of identifying entries that meet your specific standards. You could have 2 or 3 of your lead judges participate with this activity, or you could assign the task to your program management team and have them define the standards. As a result, and a time saver for judges, they don't need to waste time looking through and scoring substandard entries. You can remove them and allow your judges to concentrate on quality entries. This is a great example of how you can optimize judges' time and improve their experience. Let's take another look at how this can be done. All right, back over to my demo here. In this case, I've set up qualifying. Now, if you're not familiar with what this mode of judging is, it's basically a pass or a fail mode of judging. The great thing about this is that when we click into an entry, we can see we have pass and fail options from a judge's point of view. And you can set this up like a quorum. So whether it's one person making a decision before you get consensus, or maybe you need a certain amount of judges to have a point of view before you reach consensus, it is there to help and it's quick. So from a judge's point of view, they can come through, have a look at the information that's of relevance. Maybe the form is designed so that they concentrate on specific information. In this case, maybe we scroll down and we have a look at some of the criteria, and they have to gauge if the quality is high enough or low enough. They don't have to worry too deeply about scoring criteria. They're just asked to qualify the quality of the entry. Or maybe a bit further down, there's endorsement feedback. And in this case, the endorser has provided some information, and for quality purposes, maybe there has to be some type of feedback that meets a standard. All right, so this is a nice, easy way where a judge can come in, peruse the entry, pass or fail the entry, and then you can use that information to control the journey of those entries to the formal rounds of judging. However, as another option, just jumping over to AwardForce where I'm logged in as a program manager. From the Manage Entries view, here's another option for you if you didn't know about it already. First of all, I've just modified my list view here. So I've added some fields that are in each entry so that I can see them from this view. You can do that from this cog setting. Open this up, you'll see all of the fields that are available to you, and you can turn the visibility of some fields on and off to suit your working needs. All right, now I'm also looking for and filtering by submitted entries in a particular category. So I'm just focusing on those. The idea here is that I, as a manager, I can come through and have a look at what a reference has said, a character reference, and why they deserve the award. So right from this list, I can look at each entry, have a look at what they've provided, and make a decision. And I can apply a decision in several ways. I can, for example, let's say that these three here are good quality. So I can select them. Then from the action menu at the top, click the tag option. And then I can apply something like quality equals high and apply the tag. This allows me to use that tag data in setting up my next judging round. And I can say, all right, only entries that have the quality equals high tag go through to the next round of judging. So all of your other judges that are participating, they don't have to worry about those lower quality ones. Alternatively, let's say that this entry here is, let me just minimize that. Let's say that this entry here, which is me, let's say it's below standard, all right? It doesn't meet the needs. You can reject it. Applying rejected moderation will prevent that particular entry from moving through to any round of judging. Now, the application of tags and the application of moderation does not inform anyone of that action unless you've set something up for it specifically. But otherwise, by default, no one knows of these decisions that you've made. Okay, nice. Let's jump back over here now. Now, another great tip is to apply restrictions upon your entrants. By doing this, you're creating a level playing field for everyone. For example, if you have an entry criteria asking for a long response to a question and you impose a word limit, for instance, 200 words, or you limit the number of attachments allowed, then the following is likely to happen. Entrants will be more succinct with their responses and supporting documentation. And judges will be happier because the answers are more direct and purposeful, and they can predict how long each entry should take to score. By doing this, you're creating consistency for your judges, and this helps them manage their time, focus on the criteria, and therefore saves them time and improves their overall judging experience. Okay, I have another nice little tip for you. This one is a little bit more for programs yielding large volumes of entries. Judges have a task, that is to score entries assigned to them. However, as much as your judges want to be involved and engaged with your program, assigning them large volumes of entries is daunting, time-consuming, and can create feelings of despair. So what can you do to improve on this? Well, the answer is divisions. You can distribute submitted entries by category in smaller batches to selected judges. For example, let's say you have a popular category with 100 submitted entries. This might be a large number of entries for any judge. So you want to divide those entries into two groups. Using the divisions functionality, you can distribute those entries into two groups. The entries are randomly assigned to one or the other group. You can then assign one group to a selected judge and assign the other group to a different judge or judges. Distributing the workload, saving your judges time, and creating a more comfortable experience. And in case you're wondering, there's no limit to how many divisions you can have. If you would like to learn a little bit more about category divisions, take a look at the Creating a Category Support article, where you will find information and instructions on how to use the category division feature. Okay, we're now going to look at tools for clear and efficient communication, specifically for your judges. What I'd like to cover in this section is twofold. One is to cover your options regarding how you can communicate with your judges. The other is to provide ideas and maybe provide some inspiration for you in regards to building a strong and sustainable community for your judges. First up, we have web pages. Web pages are an excellent option for communicating and highly customizable, as well as being accessible by everyone. You can write and publish your terms, conditions, rules, and regulations, and drive all your traffic to your web pages, including entrants and judges. It's a great way to have all your information in one place, and if changes are required, you basically only have one location to update. You can provide links in your award or recognition program to your web pages, making it easy for you to manage and easy to provide access to your entrants and judges. Web pages are in your complete control. You can include rich media like images and video. You can ensure constant and consistent access is always available, and you can take solace in the fact that your web pages can be accessed from just about anywhere and on any device. Content blocks are another excellent resource you can use to communicate with your judges. In this instance, the content block is contextual, meaning the information you're providing is only visible to relevant judges during a specific round of judging. Content blocks are generally used to communicate deadlines, instructions, and contact information. Very helpful for your judges when they're logged into your program and engaging with entries. Email broadcasts are also excellent tools for communicating with your judges. If you need to make an announcement and target specific people or judges, there's probably no better option than to use email. You can, for instance, send an email broadcast to all your judges who are assigned entries during a specific round of judging. Perhaps this is to alert them of the judging round opening or closing, or maybe you want to let them know of some term changes on your website. Email and broadcasts allow you to target the message you need to make, specific to an audience. Okay, the next idea I wanted to share is about building a strong and sustainable community for your judges. Judges can often be isolated from each other, but they don't have to be. If your program allows it, you could create an online community for your judges. This can become a place where your judges can chat and discuss issues relating to judges, or entries, I should say, in your program. It could also be a great option for programs that require judges to moderate. More than this, though, it helps your judges form relationships, networks, and maybe new business ventures too. There are various online options available to help create and build a community like this. In my opinion, Slack is an excellent opportunity or an excellent solution and a great service. You can create a Slack workspace, an exclusive community where access is by invitation only and managed by you. This idea could be the thing separating you from the competition. With your judges working as a team and chatting with each other, they can validate their own thoughts, opinions, and understanding. Even though your judges are already respected and acknowledged as being industry professionals, providing a community just to them, directly related to your program, provides them with confidence and reassurance. Okay, we're just about done for today. However, I wanted to share just a couple more ideas with you. If you're not already, you could involve a couple of your judges or key judges in post-award activities, asking them to review and suggest possible changes to your program. For instance, focusing on the entry criteria and from the judge's point of view, are the right questions being asked? Or can some of the entry criteria be consolidated or alternatively expanded? Was the supporting documentation within entries sufficient? Another idea, but similar to what I just suggested, is to ask some of your judges if the judging criteria is relevant and on point. Perhaps the wording and key points associated with some criteria could be rewritten, or perhaps the weight of some criteria need to be adjusted as changes occur in the industry. As your judges are your industry leaders and experts, they're in a unique position to help you improve your program. Asking them to assist is another example of demonstrating your respect and recognition of their achievements. Just asking your judges after your event is concluded for feedback and suggestions for improvement based on their experience can go a long way with your judges. All right, and this brings me to the end. But before we do, let me see if anyone has any questions at this time. All righty, just jumping over to my little list here. All right, I have a question from Alice. Question is, can judges see the tags? For example, will they know if initial qualifying has put them as high or mid quality? Great question. The answer is no, but if this is something that you do want them to know about, there are options, and I can quickly show you how to do that. I'm going to jump back over to my program here, and I've added this quality equals high. And let me grab another one where I do say quality equals low as an example. All right, maybe this one here. I will select it, actions, tag, and I'll do quality equals low. Whoop. I like to be consistent, so I'll do that. Tags are now applied. However, when I come to my, let's say, judge entries here, these are the entries that are in that particular category, but I can't see on any of those entries those tags. So what can I do? Well, if I come to the settings menu and come to awards, I can use what's known as a badge. So I'm going to create a new badge. I'm going to call this high, need to type correctly, don't I? High quality. Turn it to a badge. And this is going to be given to anyone with specific tags. And in this case, I want quality equals, did I spell that right? Come here. Sorry, guys, quality equals high. That's it. All right, to any of those. All right, visibility is going to not be on the entrant view. It's going to be across score sets. And in this case, I want it to be a part of this particular score set here. And I want to display some text and not an image. I want high quality entry, for example, and then I can highlight it. So maybe in this case, I'm just going to go for black, and that will have white text on it, and click OK, click Save. All right, so I've created this thing called a badge. If I come to entries and click on judge entries, qualify entries, or a gallery or something of that sort, we can see that I've now been able to tell my judges what I consider potentially as a high quality entries. And of course, you could apply something similar for low or mid-range, something to that effect. So I hope that helps, Alice. All right, let me see if we have any others. Let's just do that here for a sec. All right, so this is a question that's come through. The question is, do you find that judges like their public profiles available for those they are judging to see? Now, this is a great question, and it is of something of consideration. It's up to you. It's really about your program, and you need to ask your judges. But generally, judging is anonymous by default in the system. So entrants don't know who the judges are. Judges don't know who other judges are by default. But it's all in your control. In the case of LinkedIn before, when I was showing that page about their judges, there was no indication about what categories that they were scoring or what type of involvement they were. So you can still showcase your judges and help them with their journey whilst protecting them with anonymity in your program. So you can give it a bit of thought, and if you have questions about what the system is able to do to help you with that, you're welcome to get in touch with us at support@awardforce.com, and we can maybe have a chat with you and come up with some ideas together. Okay, nice. Let's see where we're up to. Any more questions? Not at this time. Alrighty. Now, if you do have any more questions, just let us know by sending through to us at awardforce.com. But otherwise, I'd like to sincerely thank you all for watching. Hope you've been able to get some great ideas and tips and insights from today's webinar on how to attract judges and keep them coming back. Thank you, and see you next time.